Okay, chat. Now, I know I have been scared by a few things. I was scared by a hedge earlier, because that was a very scary hedge. I was scared by math. Math is very scary. But now I know I'm not going to get too scared with our next run, because Jaxler is back with Pseudoregalia and our 100% category upgrade. Jaxler, why don't you take it away from us?
All right, what's up, everybody? We're back right at with Pseudoregalia. So thank you all for meeting the donation incentive to upgrade this to Hundo. I'm super excited to show this to y'all. If you've never seen this game before, this is an indie 3D Metroidvania. I like to jokingly call it Castlevania 64 if it were good. This game just has some of the most ridiculous movement tech in like any video game ever. It's super fluid. It's ridiculous. Game's only $6. I'm gonna yell at you to buy it like 7 or 8 times over the course of this run, but we're doing 100%. Again, thank you for meeting that incentive. That means we need to get all 10 abilities, all 16 heart containers, as well as a bunch of green orb upgrades that are hidden around as well. So there's a lot going on with this game, so there's going to be a lot of words. I apologize in advance, but this is just one of those kinds of games. So if we're good to get started on time, time is going to be, I'm going to start time on 3, and we'll call it on go. So we'll go 3, 2, 1, begin. Okay, so this is Sybil. This is our playable character, and at the very start of this game, we have no abilities other than just being able to jump. And so, you know, like a Metroidvania, you unlock abilities that allow you to do more cool stuff, which allows you to get to new areas and explore. And so the first thing we're going to be picking up is called the Dreambreaker. This is going to be our weapon of choice for this run. And so we can attack just using the X button. Oh, I'm on Xbox controller, so we're going to roll with the X button. And we're going to go ahead and use that on this wall to break it right here. You'll notice that I'm doing 2 hit combos instead of the full 3 a lot of the time. And that's because the third hit has a ton of end lag, so it's actually faster to just cancel into another 2-hit combo. And so we're going to beat up that little egg guy right there for a little bit of meter for later. And coming up, we're going to see our first trick called a gainer. A gainer is a backflip that you perform while moving forwards. And so you can do that by running forward, holding back to start a skid animation, press jump. That does a backflip. That's just a part of the game. But once the backflip starts up, if you change back directions again, you can immediately redirect that gainer in any direction. And that's going to be super important for basically all the movement tech that we're going to be doing in this run. We used it there as just a way to get a little bit of extra height. But when combined with the slide, it's going to be very broken. So we'll get the slide in a sec. It's kind of like the Simon Belmont slide, where you can do the slide and then the jump, although we don't have the jump part unlocked yet. But the slide can be jump canceled. And so, because the slide can be jump canceled, you can jump cancel it and then perform a gainer. And your gainer will take any speed that you have and transfer it into this massive backflip. And that's called a slide ultra. And we're going to be using slide ultras all over the place for fast movement. So it's pretty much our fastest way of getting into the air as well as gaining height. And so we've used slide ultras here in order to be able to access this darkened portion of underbelly. It's going to look a little hard to see, but don't worry, I know where I'm going. And this allows us to skip Strong Eyes, which is like the first sort of really challenging part of combat in this game, but we can just bypass them completely. And then by going through Underbelly here, we can actually access another Metroidvania upgrade backwards through this little shortcut that's up here. And so that's going to give us Ascendant Light in just a moment. I'm going to do something called a platform slide cancel right there, where your slide in this game, you have your max speed at the very start, and then you gradually lose speed over time. And so what you can do is you can make use of that in order to cancel like the slide early by doing it off of like a platform or a ledge. And it lets you like maintain a lot of speed really quick. And we're going to see as well, you can maintain a lot of speed with bunny hopping as well. So off that platform, you bounce off the wall, and then I can ultra out of that as well in order to get up to this heart piece. So that's the first of our 16 heart pieces. Again, we need all 10 Metroidvania. Oh, I missed that. That's tragic. So we're going to have to wait on this to come back. But we need all those heart pieces. it's really nice that we're able to take care of this right away. I'm gonna do a bit more bunny hopping here. Again, something you can do with the bunny hopping is you can buffer your jump. So basically you hold A little bit before you touch the ground, and the game will give you a jump on the first possible frame that you land on the ground. And this game has pretty high friction, so it's really important to buffer your bunny hops so that you conserve the maximum possible amount of speed. And so right there, we just did a pretty sick strat with the use of something called a knee slide. A knee slide is where you do basically a slide cancel into another slide cancel at a very specific timing to kind of break Sybil's animations a little bit. And this will allow you to jump cancel out of the immediate portion of your second slide, which basically gets you into the air at maximum speed instantly. And that's going to be a cornerstone of our movement here. So we're going to be doing some, didn't quite get the height, there we go. Get the house heart piece right here. I said get the heart piece. So anytime you see me like kind of like dash, that's me trying to set up this knee slide. And then we'll ultra into the pole. Nice. And so this is going to take us out of Underbelly and into Empty Bailey. But the whole reason we're coming this way is because we want another Metroidvania upgrade called Cling Gem. Cling Gem, along with Slide, is probably like the most broken ability in this game. Nice. So so one of the tricky things with a lot of the bunny hopping in this game is actually placing your jump inputs, because it's really easy to misface and just not like misjudge your distance and spacing, and you'll just like fall, and like it makes you very sad. So that's a pretty tricky spot where you have to jump space in order to make that strat work. We're gonna ultra up here. You're supposed to have a ton more movement upgrades before you can get up here, but with the power of Slide Ultras, anything is possible.
Which is funny you say that, because I was just thinking, like, I love Metroidvanias because we're like 5 minutes into the run and you are moving so fast in comparison to what you were doing at the beginning.
Yeah. Once you get Slide, the game kind of goes into go mode pretty quickly, which is a lot of fun. Alright, so I'm attempting to do a Slide Ultra here off of like the side of this, which is annoying. There we go. There we go. There we go. And so now we're going to head up to Cling Gem, and we're going to go ahead... Nice, we got the gamer strat, which is you maintain the speed off of like either a knee slide or a platform slide cancel. And that gets you straight up to Cling Gem here. So we're going to go ahead and grab Cling Gem and then leave. Cling Gem allows us to wall run, and we have 6 charges of it before we have to touch back down on ground, but we can abuse wall clings in very funny ways over the course of this run. And so let's see if I get the spacing here. Nice. So I adjusted my angle a little bit there. You basically want max speed and to leave as late as possible there. And so I'm going to be doing a kind of advanced route here called what's called Solar Wind Late. So you can either like clean out Empty Bailey right now, or you can go ahead and save it for the very end of the run. We believe it's a little faster to do it at the end of the run. And it also just allows me to, when you grab Solar Wind, which is like the dash jump, it actually makes it impossible for you to do knee slides. So you get most of like pretty much max speed with knee sliding already, so you really don't need the slide jump. And so as a result, we can bypass it for now and come back later for it. So, almost had that ultra. We're gonna grab this small key, and we're gonna go ahead and grab Indignation. This is mostly a buff for like our combat stats, so when we fill up that meter in the left-hand corner by doing things like beating up enemies, at second level, it will give us a increased attack range. Like, it makes all of our hitboxes bigger. And at third level, it deals double damage, and that's really important because that double damage also it applies to things like breakable walls. So we're able to break that wall in 2 hits, and when we go get Sungreaves in a moment, it will allow us to take care of that in a couple less hits as well. So something you'll notice as well is whenever I'm doing these slide ultras, sometimes I'll have this golden after image. That's a reflection of how much speed I had going into it. So at maximum speed, it'll give you that golden after image and give you the most speed and height. We're gonna go ahead and grab Sungreaves the normal way, but I'm gonna attempt to skip having to do any of the tutorial section here by doing what's called a wall cling clip. This might take a couple of tries because it's a little finicky sometimes. But essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to trick the game's wall cling system into clinging me on the wrong surface so that it pops me through the wall here.
Do you mind if I ramble a little bit while you do
Yeah,
that?
go for it.
Not a problem. I just want to let everybody know, why we're here. I want to say meowdy to anyone who may have joined us. We are watching Pseudoregalia, and I want to quote you on this, Jaxler. What did you describe this as?
Castlevania 64 if it were good.
Okay. I want to hear your opinions on that in your donos chat, because I'm sure a few of you might have a few opinions on that. But we are here raising money to help with the cost of Alice's gender affirming surgery in February 2025. This is a mutual aid marathon. So we are benefiting Alice. We'll be live on this channel every day from Wednesday, October 16th to Sunday, October 20th. So we are mid of our marathon. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned in for some more amazing runs. If you would like to see our full schedule, type !schedule in chat. I also we have opened up a bid war for Psychonauts 2. We have the levitation ball color. I cannot talk. That's great for a host. We have to ponder an orb, chat. What color of the orb shall we ponder? You get to choose between emerald, ruby, or sapphire. I'm interested to see what y'all choose.
Alright, so that's Listless Library taken care of. We got the ability to wall kick now, which is super nice vertical utility. And it also allows us to kind of use it as a pseudo double jump in certain spots, which is really nice. And so we're going to go ahead and do a quick detour to grab another one of those green orb upgrades that we need for 100%. I never get that knee slide. You can squeeze in like one knee slide there, but it's really difficult, so not a huge deal. We're going to go ahead and do a bit of a detour to grab this small key right here that we're going to need a little bit later when we get into the theater area. The cool thing about a lot of these small keys is we can end up skipping a lot of them by either making good use of our routing or by doing some kind of wide skips. So I'm trying to do a ultra right off the corner here. And then I do something called a kick cancel, where I do the wall kick and then I attack. This turns off the part of the wall kick hitbox that allows you to like bounce off of things. And that makes it a lot easier to like grab walls and like use your air kick as like a double jump in a way. Alright, so we're gonna wall clip right there to skip having to go and grab Sunsetter right away. This whole segment is just bonkers. So I'm just gonna let it happen. You'll see an instance right there of what's called T-Tech. You're gonna see that my window is smaller than it once was. That is because there are certain half solid walls, which is usually walls that are solid on one side but not so much on the other. And so if you change, if you do something that causes lag, change window sizes. Oh, I beefed it. Okay. Then it allows you to go through those semi-solid walls. So unfortunately I messed up that strat, which means we'll get to see it again. But what I'm trying to do is get to the locked key section here in such a way where I can do a death warp with a checkpoint that we set on that one plant. That wasn't far enough? Okay, this game hates that.
It's just making sure that chat has extra time to get in donos.
Exactly. Okay. There we go. Let's give this another good shot. We'll go a little bit higher this time. There we go. So you're gonna see I double tap. I basically have F11 bound to my left bumper so that I can. There we go. So there's the clip in. That gives us another air kick, and then the clip out. Oh, nice. We got that first try at least. All right. So that's a bit of a weird cling clip that you have to do there to get out. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab the underbelly major key. So these golden keys called major keys, there's 5 of them in the game, and you need that to unlock the door to the final boss. So we're gonna go ahead, and you're supposed to have another upgrade called Soul Cutter here, but how about no? We're gonna go ahead and do big long leap of faith. Grab the golden key, and Death Warp to put us back at the start of the room. And now we're just going to schmoove here for a little bit in order to... we're going to be doing a pretty difficult sequence once we get back into Castle Santa Keep proper. I'm going to be doing the strike clip out of strike breaker out of bounds clip twice essentially, which is really, really tricky to get the clip. 2, 3... There we go, grab this heart piece. And what this is going to allow us to do is basically get the Strike Breaker ability without having to kill a mini-boss. And it requires a really dumb... Well, it's not that bad with practice. I'm just over-exaggerating because I'm bad. Yeah, see, I just got it first try. And so we can go ahead and then T-Tech through the wall to grab Strike Break. And then if we... normally there's a bunch of... That was like a 7-second gold. Yeah, that's the mini-boss we want to avoid fighting. And so you can break these green walls with Strike Break. We're not going to see it too much. We're going to try to clip out here again one more time so we can get to the Santa Keep Major Key without having to do a really long parkour sequence. Oop, I didn't mean to T-Tech there. There we go. That gets us up here. Now we're on the ceiling of that room. And then we can do a wall cling clip into T-Tech and we're clip into the room. And then we have to do a very, very precise wall clip to get out of here. And I hit it. Nice.
That was beautiful.
That was
so clean. Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
Really good. That's a hard sequence to do clean as well. So
my favorite thing is when people are like, this is a really, really, really hard skip, really hard. First try. Boom.
Yeah, we believe that clip is like, it might be a 1-frame window. It kind of depends. But anywho, here's an easier clip. You just kind of wall cling right there, and it lets you through, and then you can T-Tech out, and you get Sunsetter, which is kind of like a plunge into ground pound move. The most we're gonna see use out of it though is the fact that you can cancel it part of the way mid-air.
Ooh.
Which you can kind of use as an extra resource like that. So you kind of see I do a little mid-air backflip. That, like more specifically, is really nice for being able to, like if we're doing like a wall cling, we can do that backflip and then instantly regrab. That's pretty much its biggest use. Alright, I'm gonna attempt this a couple of times. I'm going for a really difficult out-of-bounds clip where once I get out of bounds, I need to hit a knee slide and then immediately T-Tech out of the jump. So this is really tough. We'll see if I get it. The wall clip's the easy part. Then I need to get into position. Okay, well I got the clip, but I didn't get the speed, so give this a couple more tries and then we'll abandon it. Okay, so I'm getting the clip, but I'm not getting the speed. We'll give it one more try. It looks really cool, which is why I want to go for it. Alright, I'll give it one more try. I lied.
When it's the cool strat, it's like, you know,
there it is.
Yeah. Beautiful.
And then that's going to allow us to do a reverse cling clip to get right into the room with Soul Cutter instantly. And Yeah, and then right there you see I use that backflip from Sunsetter in order to reset my wall cling immediately. If you wall cling on the same wall for too long, it'll like gradually reduce your height and speed. So it's nice. Alright, favorite out of bounds clip in the game. It's called the bonk clip. You'll understand why in just a moment. Bonk. And as you can see, we're very, very out of bounds right now. So we're gonna go ahead and go up here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go ahead and Ultra and then T-Tech into this room, hopefully. There we go. So there's 3 levers that you need to activate in order to cause the grates for the major key to fully disengage. But you can make use of T-Tech to completely bypass all this. So I actually clipped out of bounds in a way that is not quite what you want. So we're going to do kind of a cheeky reroute here on the fly. So that we can go back out of bounds. T-Tech. Oh, wow, I overshot it. That's crazy. Okay, that's fine. But you can kind of see what I was going for there. I was going to T-Tech through there. I T-Teched so far that I shot through, like, into a kill plane. That was pretty wild.
Would you say that is worth saying the thing?
Yeah, I guess I haven't really done that before.
Oh, he said the thing, chat.
There we go, that's what that strat's supposed to look like. And so it's important that I now go here because we're going to go ahead and grab hopefully a checkpoint trigger. That's going to give us our major key here. We're going to Ultra up top here. And we're going to make one more kind of out of bounds trick here, but it's going to look very silly. We're just going to go ahead and use our last small key of the run. That's part of the reason that skip that we did to get the helical power pickup without a small key is so nice, because it allows us to not have to go out of our way to get another small key, which usually was like in dilapidated dungeon. Oh, right, I gotta do this first. Alright, this is the funniest out of bounds in the game, because all you do is climb the pole, T-Tech, and you're through. And then you can T-Tech to get back over here, and we're being very particular. Like I said, we're being very particular to make sure that we avoid any checkpoints, so that we can go ahead and grab Aerial Finesse here. Then we pogo down into the goop. This is going to teleport us back up here. So it basically saves like a bunch of backtracking, if you will. And now we're going to head to Upper Castle Sansa, where we're going to be doing a little bit of movement before we do... Oh, actually, we'll get to see this one, which is like... For some reason, I'm like one of the only runners that goes for this, and I don't know why. You just do a climb clip right there and through the wall. Just a nice little time save. And then we're just going to be doing some more pretty standard stuff as far as movement for this game goes. It's all sick, but it's like nothing that I haven't already explained already. So if you'd like to go ahead and plug anything, that would be a great time.
Not a problem. I'm sorry. I've just been hypnotized with this run. This is a fantastic run. I love the movement. So I just want to let everybody know why we are here. This is Running Through Wonderland, a speedrunning mutual aid marathon benefiting our friend Alice as she prepares for her gender-affirming surgery in February 2025. We are raising money to help with the costs. So the costs of surgery can be very high when you factor in things like hospital stay, travel, life accommodations, all of the things that one would need when healing from a large procedure. If you would like to help Alice out, please type !donate in chat. And your donos can go to quite a few very interesting things right now. We have our milestones, so anything that you put towards any of our bids, which I will talk about in just a second, will also go towards meeting our milestone for beating the boxing champion in Wii Sports, which that's going to be a really awesome run. We also have the levitation ball color in Psychonauts 2, so you can choose between Emerald, Ruby, or Sapphire for which orb you wish to ponder, chat. Let us know. See you soon.
Alright, so we're gonna do another reverse clean clip here in order to clip into this ledge right here. And this is going to allow us to get out of bounds and essentially do a long free fall into this room. We T-tack through the ceiling. And this is going to allow us to get to this heart piece right here, as well as get us right back to Dilapidated Dungeon, where we're going to do kind of our last bit of cleanup here. That was a really good segment. Yeah, I was gonna say that was a pretty solid goal, even though I messed up the out of bounds a couple of times. And so, yeah, we're gonna be seeing a bit more movement here. There's a couple of more things that we gotta pick up here. There we go. Nice. So depending on your timing, your knee slides can actually give you a variable amount of speed. The better, like, the closer your timing is to perfect, the more speed you'll get. So you kind of have to learn to, like, read how much speed you got off of your knee slide or some of your other movement in order to, like, kind of adjust on the fly. Alright, so this strat is probably not worth going for, but it's really cool, and I found it, so I'm proud of it. Okay, we have a really close checkpoint, so I'm gonna try this a couple of times just because I love this strat. Okay, well, we got the clip I was looking for. We need to get myself out of the floor, T-tech. Then I'm gonna go for something called reverse wall kicks here. Nice. So with reverse wall kicks, if you kick away from the wall and then start moving towards it, instead of the air kick redirecting you away from the wall, it just sends you straight up. And so you can use that to basically climb up walls, and it's really, really nice. And so we can use this to be out of bounds. We can clip back in here. And that just saves a lot of the backtracking here, so... Second try for that's pretty solid. The reason that clip is so difficult as well is because a lot of times what determines if you get the trick or not is whether or not, like, because not only are you clipping into the block, but you also have to clip in such a way where you're still on the ground, which can be tricky. There's a whole lot to it. All right, this is martial prowess. This is like one of my favorite out of bounds sequences in the run. We're gonna start off with a wall clip into this corner just like that. This is going to take us out of bounds at the top of the level, and we're gonna do this big ol' kick cancel. And so that's going to get us on top of here. We can T-tech into this room for martial prowess just like that. And I'll go for this clip for funsies. Okay. You go for it once. Gonna go ahead and break this with strike break. And that pretty much is almost everything. We're gonna have to do a quick run into Bailey once again, because again, we saved stuff like Solar Wind and the stuff in Empty Bailey for the end of the route. So we will have to go grab those in a moment. So soon I will not have to knee slide anymore, which is very great for my hands. And so we're going to be seeing a really cool strat to get up to what we call the cheese bell right away. Something I haven't mentioned yet is something called wall cling regrabs, where if you wall cling into a corner and hold a specific direction on the stick, you can re-grab the wall you just wall clinged off with. And we'll be using that along with our resources here. So you see I used the backflip there, and we use those re-grabs right there in order to get through here. And I'm going to see if I can hit this ultra. Ultra right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knee slide. And then what we're going to do, Solar Wind is in here. This is that left slide jump, so that's our last ability in the game that we haven't picked up. So I'm just going to double check real quick that we got everything. 3, 2, 2, cool. Not missing anything, awesome. And then we Death Warp right here, which is going to put us back on the bridge. And now we're going to make our way up to the very end here. So we've got one more major key. It's at the very top of Tower Remains. I'm going to go for a little bit of a swag strat. to try to get to. We're essentially skipping a parkour segment, which is supposed to teach us how to use the cling gem when we first obtain it. But I know how to use it already, so we're gonna not worry about that too much. And so I'm gonna go for something called moon kicks. So whenever you do a solar wind jump, you have a brief period of anti-grav, and so you can extend that anti-grav with your air kicks, and I did those with reverses as well, which makes it even harder, but we managed to get up there just fine, and that's the fastest way to get up there, and it's also a little swag. So you just do an ultra into a wall cling, gets you around there, and allows you to skip that parkour segment like I was talking about. Alright, so we're almost at the end of the run here. We just got the final boss coming up here. Again, thank you all so much for donating for Hundo. I love showing off this route, even though it's like really, really tough to do.
It's been fantastic.
Yeah, so don't blink. This boss will go down pretty quickly here. My goal is to use Strike Break for extra damage when I can, but in such a way where the Soul Cutter projectile doesn't hit her. So we got 2 hits. So unfortunately, she gave me the Beyblade attack, which is one of the slower ones. So we're gonna go boop. It's really important that when I'm doing this fight, that I try to make sure I have at least level 3 on my meter. But get ready on time. Time. Nice. Projectile
That
cutter.
really was a blink and you miss it fight. My goodness.
That fight is way more difficult in other categories. But yeah, that's the game. That's the run. That's Pseudoregalia 100% on full gold. I didn't even get to mention that. We're playing on full gold, which is like the release patch. So they added some more collectibles to get in the map patch, which is what you get when you buy the game on Steam. Yeah, that's Pseudoregalia. Again, this game is like $6. It's super sick. It has one of the best 3D movement engines I've ever played, and I've run a lot of speed games, so take my recommendation for what you will. Again, shoutouts to everyone who's running this event for having me. Shoutouts to the Pseudoregalia crew. Shout out Killing Pepsi, Lori, Wilbun, Julius, Mads Brutal, and anyone else who has ever touched this game or this category. Shoutouts to the Full Gold crew for coming through. Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Keep on donating. And again, thanks for making the incentive happen. Alice is a wonderful human being and an awesome member of the speedrunning community. So thank you all so much for supporting her. And for, by extension, supporting our community as well. We really appreciate it. With that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you again for having me for 2 runs on this event with how stacked it is. And I'm going to go ahead and dip out now. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the event.
Well, Jaxler, thank you so much. Before you dip out, I mean, we do want to be able to follow you. So is it Jaxler? Where can we find you on Twitch?
So you can find me on Twitch at Jaxler1. I'm going to probably start doing stuff more long form on YouTube at youtube.com/Jaxler. Find me there too. Yeah, and like I said, make sure you follow Alice as well, because she also streams and speedruns. So make sure you follow so you can watch her after this marathon's over. But yeah, that's me.
Thank you so much, Jaxler. Thank you for your runs, both of them back to back. You are fantastic. That was some speedy gaming. We appreciate you. So we are going to take a quick little break, everybody. Please remember, stretch your muscles, grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack. Please take care of yourselves. And, maybe get some donos in. Think about what color of orb you would like to ponder in that upcoming Psychonauts 2 run. We'll be back shortly. Everyone, I hope you have had one fucking comfy, cozy morning, because I know I have. These runs have been fantastic to start our Friday off with. Now, I'm looking through this marathon. I'm looking through just Friday. We have such a stacked lineup coming. We've got an entire, we've got Dark Souls, we've got Sekiro, we've got Wii Sports. God, y'all keep tuned in for this marathon. We have so much amazing things coming up for you. Oh, I hope everybody had a good little self-care stretch break. I know I did. So I just want to let everybody know why we're here. Hello, welcome in. It's fantastic to see you. This is a speedrunning marathon for mutual aid, benefiting our friend Alice as she prepares for her gender-affirming surgery in February 2025. Be live on this channel every day from Wednesday, October 16th to Sunday the 20th. And stay tuned in to see some amazing runs. We've got great things coming up, even just today. Psychonauts 2, Kingdom Hearts 3. We've got some Major League Baseball with PB. It's going to be a great day. Okay, chat. I want to let you know that I have been having just the most wonderful, wonderful time with you. I have been so happy to be involved with this marathon, but my time with you has come to an end. And as much as I would love to spend a little bit more time with you, I'm going to hand it over to one of the best people I know for this. So coming up next on the mic is our wonderful Satan herself, and she is going to take you into our next runs. Satan, have a wonderful, wonderful morning.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. It's a little bit early for the Lord of Darkness to be awake, but I am here with you all. I am Satan herself, and I am going to be your host for the next couple of runs. We have some incredible stuff coming up on the schedule, as the absolutely lovely Clockwork Ophelia was saying. We've got Psychonauts 2 coming up later. We've got Tears of the Kingdom, and we've got PB back with some more Ken Griffey's Junior Baseball, but right coming up next, we have Dark Souls with Ashwin, which is going to be such a fun time. The classic Dark Souls, it's such a great run. I promise y'all are going to want to see that. But speaking of Psychonauts 2, I want to tell y'all about a little bid war we've got open right now. There is a levitation ball that we can use in Psychonauts 2, and there are 3 colors that we can choose for that Psychonauts levitation ball: Emerald, Ruby, or Sapphire. So if you all want to go ahead and get your donations in to express your color choice, are you a green fan, a red fan, or do you like a little blue? Please go ahead and donate and click that bid war when you donate under the incentives page. If you ever donated to GDQ, it's the same process. You will be nice and comfy at home. And if not, just click incentives, go down to the bid war, and choose your option. We want to see some stuff come into that bid war. Right now, everything is tied. So any donation will go ahead and jump up your favorite option to first place. And any donation also goes towards our incentive for the Wii Sports run that we have coming up later, which is going to be amazing. Shockwave TLS is incredible at this game. I will be here for that, and I want to see the Beat Matt the Boxing Champion incentive get met. That's right. If we get that milestone incentive, we are going to beat Matt the Boxing Champion, everybody's favorite Wii Sports character. If we get 2,650 on the donation total, we're going to get that. And we are only $250 away. We don't have a ton of time to beat that. We only have until the end of Wii Sports, but I'm sure you all want to get your color choice in for Psychonauts 2 anyways. So go ahead and put those color choices in, and it will automatically go towards that incentive. It's a 2-for-1 deal. Everyone loves a 2-for-1 deal. Also, our donation goal for this entire event is $5,000, and we are only $100 away from halfway on that on day 3. Sorry, my math. On day Friday. That is incredible. Y'all, we haven't even hit the weekend and we're going for the halvesies. Let's get that halfway point as soon as we possibly can, chat. I know you can do it. I am so ready for this day. This is so exciting. We're gonna have Dark Souls for you coming up really, really soon. Stay tuned.